Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. This is your host Ram, welcoming you to the 15th match of the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019. It was a match between India and tough opponents, Australia, and the verdict was India went on to win the match against the Aussies by 36 runs, thus collecting their second consecutive win in the ICC Cricket World Cup. Australia losing their first match in the World Cup after beating the West Indies, and for India, for Australia, it was something that they wouldn't like to remember because they conceded the most numbers to an opposition team in a World Cup of 352 for 5, which was done by India and which was driven by a wonderful knock from Shikhar Dhawan, who actually, I would say, defied injury after being hit by Cummins on the hand and still managed to play a wonderful innings of 117 or 109 balls laced with 16 boundaries. And then 82 coming in from Virat Kohli, a very wonderful knock from Kohli as well, and then Pandya chipping in with an aggressive 48 of 27 deliveries, 4 sixes, Dhoni making 27, Rahul clattering it for 1 4 and 1 6, and finally India sitting on a total of 352 for 5, which in any case was a very good score on a good batting pitch. But Australia definitely had the wherewithal to do it, and the starter David Warner definitely being kept quiet by the Indian opening bowlers Kumar, and they decided not to go with Shami. They decided to go with Kumar and Jasprit Bumrah, and then David Warner was to be content to play a sort of a waiting role today as he carved a 50, which is uncharacteristic of a David Warner rock normally. Finch made 36. Stephen Smith was the highest scorer with 69, who kept the show going. Maxwell was a big hope for them, and as he collected 28 of just 14 deliveries and looked to be a sort of the danger man for India as far as this match was concerned. But since Maxwell's was consumed by Chahal, it was left to Alex Carey, who actually made the fastest 50 by an Australian cricketer in a World Cup. Alex Carey finally not out 55-35, but in the end it was all over. They lost the match by 36 runs with the Indian bowlers doing a wonderful job. So I'm going to just go through the whole process here as to what really happened in this match between India and Australia. The toss was a very good toss to win. The Indian captain Kohli calling correctly, winning the toss and electing to bat first. Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan were a bit watchful when proceedings started, especially with Cummins and Stark cooperating. They had a quiet start, but later on they started unveiling the strokes that they're capable of. Probably they also got to judge the pitch a bit better, and then finally the strokes was coming out of the blade, especially from Shikhar Dhawan, was playing with gay abandon. Other side, Rohit Sharma was also stroking the ball freely as the partnership slowly started building, and it put on 127 runs for the first wicket. And this is also a record, as it actually broke the record of the former West Indian batsmen, former great West Indian openers, one could say, Greenidge and Haynes. And Greenidge and Haynes, we know what a wonderful combination they were for the West Indies of yesteryear, and they actually broke that stand. So let's see what really they did. So looking at the opening pair that they have done, I'm just trying to give you the record as to what really happened. It was century stands, 16 century stands they have had. So they have gone past the Greenwich Haynes stand which was there. So that really says it all. Other than that, we will look at the scorecard here of the Indian batting. And as I said, the platform, the sound base was set with 128 runs added by Rohit Sharma, and Shikhar Dhawan, and then finally the breakthrough came in the form of the dismissal of Rohit Sharma when Rohit Sharma got a ball which was from Nathan Coulter-Nile, which actually had some extra bounce. Rohit Sharma was just trying to carve it down to the third man region, and Kalex Carey behind the stumps plugged it. He was gone. After that, Kohli joined in, and from 127 another partnership started, but this time it was not a century partnership but a 93 runs partnership that happened between Shikhar Dhawan and Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli had the luxury of playing his strokes as Shikhar Dhawan was looking in full control as the innings went on, and with Virat Kohli at the crease doing a very good job there with his stroke making, score had moved to 220 when India lost their second wicket, that of Shikhar Dhawan. Now this was a Yorker from Mitchell Starc. He wanted to hoist him around, and in the process he went and gave a catch to deep mid-wicket, but not before Dhawan got up his sixth century in ICC tournaments, as he made 117 of 109 balls released with 16 very well-timed boundaries. And Dhawan is someone who really takes the attack to the bowlers, and it was good to see. After that, Hardik Pandya was promoted in the batting order. He came in and joined Virat Kohli, and the intelligent stand with Hardik Pandya slapping the bowlers. Kohli, as soon as Hardik Pandya came, he decided that he's going to take the quick single and give the strike to Pandya, and Pandya was given the full license to go for it, as he slammed 48 of just 27 deliveries, which included 4 fours and 3 sixes, before Cummins actually coming for his second spell got him caught in the cover region. Dhoni came into bat, and Dhoni slapped 27 of 14, 3 fours, 1 6, before Stoinis took a full-blooded drive from Dhoni. It was hit straight down, and Stoinis stuck his hand, and it's a reaction catch which was taken by Mark Stoinis of his own bowling. After that, Kohli and Rahul were at the crease, and then Kohli, in the quest for quick runs, perished after making 82 of 77, 4 fours and 2 sixes. He was trying to cut the ball over the point region. He was a goner, and then finally Rahul took it upon himself in the final over to get a few useful runs, as he finished on unbeaten 11 of 3, 1 for 1 6. Jadhav was not out, and India, as I said, Australia conceding the most runs to an opposition in the World Cup, and that was 315 for 5, which was in the name of India. The bowling, if you look at the bowling there, Cummins 10 overs 1 for 55, Mitchell Starc 10 overs 1 for 74 was really keen today. Coulter-Nile 10 overs 1 for 63, Maxwell 7 overs 1 for 45. Adam Zampa was very costly. His 6 overs was absolutely carted for 50 runs. Stoinis bowled 7 overs, which was also very costly, as he got 62 runs taken off it, but he picked up 2 wickets. Now the Australian innings, if you look at the Australian innings, where it started off with Kumar and Bumrah bowling very tight lines. In fact, they bowled a sort of a line where they were angling the ball to David Warner, especially making him to work the ball on the leg side, and it was not easy for David Warner. It was a struggle for David Warner. Aaron Finch on the other end was also there, as this partnership was really not going at any breakneck pace. It was a matter of just going through the paces as that was going on. It was the wicket of Finch. Now Finch was absolutely livid, as this was Warner was the one who actually played it to Jadhav at the deep point region, and there was a bit of hesitation on the part of David Warner was heading for the second run, and a deep throw from Hardik Pandya. I mean the throw came from the deep from Jadhav, and Hardik actually took off the bails, and Aaron Finch was absolutely livid with himself as he ran out for 36 of 35, 3 fours and 1 6. That was how India got that very important breakthrough. Stephen Smith walked then to join David Warner. David Warner had to continue In the same vein, he was, as I said, he was not looking at absolute ease. He was not able to force the pace today. And then finally, David Warner was sent on his way by Chahal. Chahal actually likes to, the leggy likes to toss the ball up. He's not afraid to buy his wickets, and that's what he precisely did. Warner was forced to use his feet. He tried to put it over the boundary, but in the end, the ball actually went into the air. Kumar neatly settled under it, and Warner, after playing an uncharacteristic innings by his own standards, was out for 56 of 84 deliveries, included 5 boundaries. So that was hit number 2, 133 for 2 in the 25th over. So the halfway mark, there were just 133. There is still a long way to go in the balance 25 overs. Now Stephen Smith got company from Usman Khwaja. Stephen Smith, to his own liking, was a bit slow, but Usman Khwaja realized that they needed quite runs, so he started clattering a few boundaries. But then this was the time where 2 important wickets were taken when actually Kumar was brought back into the attack, and Kumar they were doing a good job. They had taken the score past the 200 mark in the 37th over when Kumar struck a double blow to really set the Australians back, as he picked up 2 wickets of 2 balls. First, he got Stephen Smith, who was shaping to flick the delivery from Kumar. It was LBW, but not before Smith had contributed the highest score of 16 out of 70 deliveries, 5 fours and 1 6. And Marcus Stoinis was gone. I think he probably faced 2 deliveries. And the same over, Kumar actually got a ball that nipped in very sharply, and it was the end of Marcus Stoinis'. Timber was disturbed, and he was a goner. And now the pressure was on the Aussies as the score read 5 wickets down for 238. Usman Khwaja was clean bowled by Jasprit Bumrah. He tried to get on. He was planning to play a shot which normally one would not associate with Usman Khwaja, but definitely there was a sort of a cheeky inventiveness which was done. I wanted to ramp Bumrah, but in the process he only managed to edge the ball onto the stumps. And Usman Khwaja was now 42 of 39 deliveries, 4 fours and 1 6. The score at 238 for 5 at that stage in the 40th over, and still there were 123 still to get. Glenn Maxwell was at the crease, and Maxwell was along with Alex Carey. And Maxwell definitely gave a few headaches to the Indian bowlers, as you know, Glenn Maxwell has this uncanny ability whereby he can manufacture strokes of his own, and so that's the reason he has a lot of orthodoxy about him, but he also has a lot of unorthodoxy about him, and that's what he precisely did as he contributed 28. And as suddenly one was feeling that Maxwell is someone who could take the game away from the Indians, as he has done in the past in the as you know, in the ODI series which was played in India, but it was not to be. Chahal was the man who actually made him hit against the break. I tried to slot sweep the ball. He was totally beaten. The ball took the splice of the bat, flew high up in the air, deep mid wicket, and a very good catch, one thought, from Ravindra Jadeja, actually diving full length and managing to cling on. And that was the end of Glenn Maxwell, 28 of 14, 5 boundaries. Alex Carey was now joined in. There were 2 new batsmen to replace Alex Carey at one end, and Nathan Coulter-Nile. Nathan Coulter-Nile was a victim of the bowling of Bumrah for 4, caught by Kohli trying to attempt a big shot. Cummins fell caught behind with the bowling of Bumrah. Mitchell Starc was out for 3, but the only man who was fighting it out there was Alex Carey. He was keeping their hopes alive for the Aussies as he went on to make the, as I said, the fastest 50 by an Australian cricketer in the World Cup history. And finally, Alex Carey did what he could. He contributed an unbeaten 55-35, 5 fours and 1 6, but he was not able to get the much needed support from the lower order. Adam Zampa was out for 1, the last man to be dismissed, 316 all out. India winning the match against the Aussies by 36 runs. As far as the bowling is concerned, Kumar, 10 overs, no more than 50 runs and 3 wickets, and the double blow really helped matters a great deal, according to me. After that, Bumrah had 10 overs on with 361. As I said, Glenn Maxwell, when he was at the crease, he decided to really wade. He decided to really wade into, I think, when Bumrah was there, Glenn Maxwell was looking a bit powerful. But Bumrah, even though he bowled well, 10 overs on with 361, Bumrah was brought back to the attack once Maxwell was gone. Hardik Pandya turns down 68, Kuldeep Yadav 9 overs down 55, could not pick up any wicket. But Chahal was superb, 10 overs on with 262, Jadar 1 over, which went for 14. Finally, it was a very stiff ask for the Aussies, and the Aussies lost the match by 36 runs. And India collecting their second consecutive win in World Cup 2019. Australia now, this is the first match that they lost today. Now, as far as the other matches which are coming up is concerned, we are talking about the match which is coming up tomorrow. South Africa, as you know, the Proteas have been really struggling in this World Cup. They have not got a single win under the belt, and they have been really struggling. Now, tomorrow, if tomorrow they are not, tomorrow they are going to take up mighty opponents, the West Indies, who have that newfound confidence, as you know, and they are going to be a very tough team, no doubt about it. So for South Africans, I think they really have a sort of a real task on hand tomorrow, and that is to go and beat the West Indies. That's a challenge that they are facing. If they could do it, that will really augur well for them going forward in this World Cup. As I said, they have yet to pick up their first win in the World Cup, lest it's too late. So, but it's going to be one hell of a job that the South Africans have to do to put it across the West Indies, who currently are looking very powerful. The other than that, well, the news that I'm getting here is coming from Sri Lankan cricket news. Sri Lankan cricket bowler, the pace bowler Dhawan Pradeep has done himself a lot of damage here. In fact, this happened in the nets today when Kushal Pereira actually struck a delivery and Dhawan Pradeep was hit on the hand, and he's out of the next game that Sri Lanka will be playing against Bangladesh, and hopefully Sri Lanka would definitely love to see him fit against the Aussies. I mean, he's going to be missed, no doubt about it, because he was the one who picked up his career best ODI figures with 4 for 30 against Afghanistan the other day when Sri Lanka won the match. So definitely a task that Sri Lanka has to really do without Dhawan Pradeep against Bangladesh. And we all know Bangladesh is a very powerful unit, and Sri Lanka-Bangladesh matches, as we know, is a very interesting affair. One would remember the sort of needle that happened between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh in the Haas Trophy. So I'm looking forward to that. There will be definitely there will be a lot of sparks flying tomorrow when Sri Lanka take on Bangladesh. So Sri Lanka take on Bangladesh tomorrow. So sorry, tomorrow it's not the match. South Africa taking on West Indies tomorrow. So nevertheless, one is looking forward to the match which is coming up tomorrow. And the question on everyone's lips right now, as far as South African fans should be concerned, can South Africa pick up their first ever win tomorrow? And this is against the mighty West Indies. Anyone hedging? Anyone would like to hedge a bet on this? Please come forward. I mean, it's just a sort of I'm just telling it like a statement. I don't mean it really, but definitely we know that West Indies are very powerful, but South Africa will be very I would say they will be really trying to bring up their A performance tomorrow to put it across the West Indies. So let's wait and watch, as that really sums up everything. And this is your host Ram signing off on this broadcast today, promising you that I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you.